This is a quick tutorial for this purse style wallet folio. It comes with really pretty things. Inside are two pockets here. There is a fold here in the middle, so creates this extra gaps and space, and it comes also with this cover for the book. Reads "You are beautiful, we all are." And this one I couldn't have it too thick, although you could. Now that I've made it, after I've made it, I can see you can fit a thicker journal inside. But what I did here, I've stuck the wallets. I'll show you in a minute how I do it. And I've trimmed blank paper, and I printed it on ivory paper. So I've trimmed it into to the cover size, folded in the middle, slightly smaller, so there is enough room for this to fold. And then I folded into two, and I didn't even stick the pages, I just put a ribbon through. And all these things can go inside a wallet as well. There is a jewelry holder, so it can make a nice birthday gift as well. So even if you don't buy your friend the most expensive necklace or earrings, it still looks very pretty all together. So it can be a really nice birthday greeting card, extra bits gift. So it comes with all these little things. You can either stick in your book. This reads "You look lovely today," or just tuck them inside the purse, or print a second page and have them both either inside the book or just leave like nice notes inside, or have them all tucked inside. Let me quickly show you how I make this. It's mainly just to explain the main cover. So you have two options. One, to print it back to back, so the first page to print it twice back to back. Make sure the second time you slide it into your printer the correct way, so you have the same gaps around your paper. And the only disadvantage to it probably might be the printer that I'm using, because I'm not using a rare tray. It didn't print exactly 1-to-1 when it was printed both sides, so I had to trim a bit from the button here, so I wasn't too happy about it. But basically all you do, you cut around the image and you fold this bit in the middle. I'll do this quickly. So if you have a thicker card, and you don't need to stick two pages one to each other, so you crease, there is a dotted line here in the middle, so you create a crease here, you create another fold here, and there is another one here. And then you fold first time, you fold the second time, and the third one, and that will create the gap between the two that you need. And I'll show you on the next one how to attach the two together, so you've got this the closure on the sides, so nothing falls off. If you're not printing back to back, basically what you need to do is to print two. Then you can get this, well, for me anyway, I could get them exactly cut out the same, and I stick them back to back, and then again you do the same thing, so you see it matching exactly. Is it? No, I can see I've got a gap here, which if I was going to stick them like that, I was going to trim this bit here. So, and then again you fold this bit, this bit, this bit, and do the same as we did with this one. Now to connect the two, for the closure, I've put a lace through, but you can also take this paper flower, have like a smaller hole in the middle of the pearl, and you just tuck this inside and then fold it over like that, which actually I think it's prettier rather than the lace actually. Yeah, it looks like real wallet. And there are some extra butterflies and roses that you can stick on top using 3D stickers, so just to decorate the outside a bit. So to stick the, so this is one pocket, these are the two pockets that go inside. I'll do this in a second. That's the jewelry holder, that's the book cover. This is an extra pocket, and another pocket, and these two we're going to connect in between. And these are all these extra things that it comes with. So to stick these two to each other, you fold it once, then you fold it again. We need a 3-fold, yeah, just like that. I'll do it again with the other one. It's not exactly measuring the same, so this needs to go a bit more to here. This goes here, and then when we stick them, we want this to have it on the other side, and this will be stuck here, and this is when you're going to have this extra space. So maybe I'll find it. I'm finding the middle. That's easier to explain. Sorry, I should have thought of it before. So now that I found the middle, I'll do one crease here, and one comes here, and again we're going to, and then I'm going to keep the middle. And now I can see that I haven't done the same. Let me do that quickly. So that's one to the middle. So middle, 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 and then this middle again. So it's like a mini, like accordion that you stick the edges facing, so the pattern is facing outside. Before I'm sticking this, we want to stick the pockets inside. So I'm putting this aside for a moment, and I'll do all the creasing in one go. So there's one here. Going to apply a bit of glue here. That wasn't too clever to do it directly on this. Okay. So that's one done. And then if you are using it as jewelry holder, there are two black lines here. And you slide the necklace through, so you tuck inside most of the necklace and the pendant going in here. That's one. These are the main pockets that goes inside a wallet. And the other two going inside the book. This is the book cover. Sorry. You fold here in the middle. Then you fold again. You stick this back to back and then fold again. I'll do this now. If you do it on a thinner paper, 80 GSM should be fine. I did it on a slightly thicker card, but if I'll do it again, I'll do it on a thinner paper, so it's not too thick, but that's also works fine. So that's the cover, and then you tuck the pages inside the wallet, the pocket, sorry. I stick one on each side. I didn't crease this one. I'll do it quickly by hand. Don't like doing it, but it's quicker. Okay, so that's one. That's the second one. I like to fold them before applying the glue, otherwise it's getting messy. So one. So one comes here. That's the second one, goes on the other side. And then you can either add blank pages inside. I wanted to keep it simple because the pattern is too busy, so I didn't want to put like pattern paper inside. But if you have from your junk journals and other downloads you use, you can obviously combine. And the main pocket, so that's the outside, that's the inside. One, two. So the crisp bit is facing you because that will be the outside. So that goes here, not really at the bottom, just a bit more up, centered to the pearl. Same for the second one on the other side, and then we'll stick the mini strips that we folded before. Okay, so you've got the gaps here. Okay, so now we've got this ready. Wasn't too complicated, was it? So now I'm going to apply glue to this part and this part, and I'm going to stick them to each other facing, and the pattern facing outside. So a bit of glue here, actually more than a bit of glue, because you might want to use a liquid glue for this, but it worked fine for me. I just had to hold it tight for a few seconds. So one goes here, hopefully you can see, and the other bit goes here. It could be actually a better idea to stick the first two, and then the other one I'll add a bit of glue later. So again, so if this goes like that, then glue this time on this side. And now I'm going to apply glue to the other side. My hands probably will get a bit dirty, and glue stick works, but it's better with a liquid one on this occasion. So now I'm going to fold this over. And I'm going to stick this bit. So this folds inside, this comes like that. And then I'm going to hold it tight for a second. Yeah. So I'm just going to hold it tight for a second for this to stick. Okay. Job done. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to add a bit of glue here. Now I'm going to stick this for a second together. And then so now it's ready. So you got like this basically. Here it's a bit thicker because I've printed them on two thicker card. I used, I think, 120 GSM or 150, I can't remember, and then glued back to back, and it's quite thick, so it holds better, as you can see. It should work with this the same. You need to fold this here in the middle. And it holds the same. Here it's just holding because I've got the rows holding this together like this. But will be the same with this one. You might just want to, I was concentrating on speaking, so you might want to hold it together tight like that when you are sticking the two pieces, but there is no holding as well. That's it really. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful, and thanks again.